days of King Arthur, there lived a sorcerer who entertained the royal court of Camelot with miraculous feats of magic. Come with us now to the secret room of Merlin, the magician!
Welcome once more to my secret room at Camelot. You know, every once in a while I have to nimble my fingers a little bit with a few exercises, and I find the best way to unlimber my fingers, to nimble them up, as they say, is to do a few card moves. These are called sleights. This is one, it's called the magic fan, like that. And sometimes if I take a hair out of my beard, like that, and I put it on one of the cards, and if I pull just right, the card will rise out of the deck, like that. Did you see? And then that card is usually the magic card for the day. Here, I'll show you what I mean. For example, if I took that card in my, if I took it in my left hand and rubbed it, it would disappear, and then it would appear over there. You see? Or if I put it in my left fist, like that, in that manner, and rubbed it, it would disappear from my left hand. And no, it didn't go over there, did it? Maybe it's up my sleeve. No, there it is. I'll have to remember that card. It's a very ambitious card. I know it's time to quit. You know how I can tell? Some of the cards leave the deck and they go behind my right knee over here, down here, and I have to remove them like that. That's how I know that I've done enough, because I'd have a whole handful of cards after a while. And then I'd have to make them vanish. I'll make this deck vanish over in this hand. Half the deck, shall I? All right. They're gone now. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Oh, I thought they'd gone, but they didn't quite make it. Now they've gone. Right. What's that, Chauncey? Oh, you want to do your acrobatic trick now. All right. Chauncey is going to do an acrobatic trick. Very difficult. I think he's ready. That just so he could tie his shoelace. He fooled me again, didn't he? Well, the mighty sword Excalibur never fools me, and I can always depend upon Excalibur. I'm going to put Excalibur all the way down in the sheath like that, because when King Arthur used it last, he forgot to put it all the way down. I'll put the sword down there, and I'm going to read a letter or two right here from my two new round table members. Dear Merlin, he said, I cleaned the living room for my mother, and my name is Gary Heavener. And he gives a street number and where he lives, says, I'm 8 years old, and my school is Park Grade School. I am in the 2nd grade, and I would like to become a member of the Magic Round Table. Thank you very much. Gary Allen Heavener. We'll send you the membership and the wand, Gary. Thank you very much. Another letter from Dear Merlin, I finally did my good deed. He said, I finally did it. I cleaned the table last night, and he said, I cleared the table, and I also cleared the table again after lunch, and that's all. I guess that's all he's going to do. Please send me the wand and the card. Love, Clay Heisel, age 4. Clay, you write a very good letter, and I'll be happy to send you your membership, and perhaps I can see you both in the secret room sometime. Thanks for your letters. Help me make the sword rise now, will you? Let's say the magic words together. Fiddly-die, fiddly-dee, magic sword, rise for me. The magic word is snakes again. We talked about snakes once before, didn't we? Ever since Eve deceived Adam, ever since a snake entered the Garden of Eden, they've been feared by man and much misunderstood, but they've also been a fascinating subject of conversation, and even many Well, here's a toy. Many toys have been made out of snakes. This one was made in Japan. It's a bamboo snake. And it looks very, very vicious indeed. See the little red tongue that darts out there? This is a bamboo snake. Some are made out of cloth and some are made out of rubber. And people think, oh my gosh, I'd hate to have one touch me. They're so slippery and wet and slimy. You know, that isn't true. Snakes aren't that way at all. They're reptiles. They're dry and they're cold, brittle to the hand. If I were to draw a picture of this gentleman right here, you might say it's your father, and it might be your father, and again, it might not be. It depends how old your daddy is, or how much hair he has on his head. This fellow doesn't have too much hair on his head, just a few strands, and his eyes are half open. I think he's sleeping. Yes. Perhaps you're wondering what this has to do with snakes. I'll tell you in just a moment. He has kind of a big tummy. His hands are over here on the arm of his chair. This is an easy chair, and I think he's sleeping like Dad frequently does after he eats a big meal. And his feet are out here on a footstool. You see? There's the back of the chair. Now, if I were to draw something like this, we'll call this a snake right here. And this snake has funny-looking pupils like that. Now, you notice this man, well, he's making a funny noise, first of all. He's sleeping like your daddy would do. Snakes can't do that because they don't have vocal cords. So they have no voice at all. But your dad does. So do all mammals. So do all animals. Now, your dad can close his eyes when he goes to sleep. But a snake can't do that. He has no eyelids. No lids on his eyes. None at all. Does a snake have ears? Your daddy does. Right. And if you make too much noise, you'll wake him up. Snake has no ears. What other differences? Beg your pardon? No legs. That's right. The reptiles crawl on their tummy, so he has no legs either. How does he know things are coming? By sensation. Vibrations in the ground transmit the message to him. And something else unlike your daddy, he has a forked tongue. Scientists don't know what that tongue is for, but it's some sort of a radar device that's out there all the time, and it helps him sense things in his environment and his surroundings. You know the dangerous snakes in the United States? The coral snake is one. The copperhead is another. Copperhead is a dangerous snake, very poisonous. The moccasin, water moccasin primarily, and the rattlesnake is also poisonous. And you know something you can always tell whether a snake is poisonous? Well, after the snake bites you, someone should try to kill the snake, and they can look at the pupil in its eye, and if it's a vertical pupil, they know it's poisonous. And if it has sort of a diamond-shaped head. Best of all, avoid the territory snakes are in or wear heavy shoes and they won't bother you.